Just give everybody time to get here. We're just getting away from your shot.
Okay. Okay. I'm new to this.
Think about your camera.
Ready to go.
Yes.
I know. Gregor, 3 changes, talk us through them. And the reasons for them.
Yeah, well, one is illness enforced. So Nick Haining was struggling after the weekend with an illness, and given the 6-day turnaround, we felt it was better to go with Magnus and Matt Fagerson, who are obviously 100% fit and fresh. So it's tough on Nick. He may have recovered in time for the game at the weekend, but he's done really well in the Six Nations and added real depth to our back row.
Coronavirus, is it?
No, just really feverish, and obviously we played on Sunday. It was a demanding game, so we were managing the team as best we can this week, and knowing that Matt, who came off the bench against Italy, and Magnus, who has started a couple of games for us this year, are raring to go. It's Nick that misses out.
Just given everything that's going on again with this whole coronavirus situation, do you get any concerns about this game going ahead? Whether, should it be going ahead given the sort of situation we're seeing across Europe?
Well, we obviously are at the behest of the policymakers, and so far obviously things have been put in place that the game will go ahead. We've followed all procedures and protocols regarding contact and washing hands, and we saw that at the weekend what a fantastic spectacle that was, and how great the Six Nations is, and we hope that we get to play this weekend. We understand if that's not the case, then it's for serious reasons.
Have you concerned yourself about the game going ahead and what it could mean for fans, for yourselves? I mean, just in your own personal?
Not at this stage. We're 2 days away from the game, so we obviously played last weekend, and things I do understand things move fast, but we're 2 days away, so it would be a surprise if the game was called off this late.
Gregor, sports secondary, surely, at this stage. You look at around the world, there's events, not just sport events, but there are events being cancelled. Last night in America, Donald Trump made the decision to cancel flights from mainland Europe. Boris Johnson's going to make some sort of announcement today. We don't know what that will be yet. Should sport be secondary now in terms of healthcare for everyone?
Yes, and it will be when those decisions are made. I think everybody involved in sport will know that if it's time to either not play the game or play the games behind closed doors, and that's what we'll follow. Up until then, as a coach and as players, you've got to prepare to play a massive game at the weekend, and we're obviously very close to that from happening.
Have any players showed concerns about playing games?
No, not at all. I think we've been getting updated pretty regularly on the situation. Obviously, we'd played in Italy before the outbreak really set hold, and games started getting called off there, and sporting events got called off. Since then, it was a build-up to the France game, and what, as an organisation, we had to do to put on that game, and I'm sure the same is happening in Wales just now, and we're 2 days away from the game, so we'll wait and see if that changes in the next 2 days.
If the option is there to play the game but without a crowd, is that one you'd be in favour of?
I think my opinion is irrelevant on that. It's whether the organisers, Welsh Rugby Union, decide if that's the way they want to go. We'll just prepare as if we're playing it in front of a full house in a very difficult venue, an iconic venue to play a game of rugby. And if anything changes, we have to adapt.
It's a bit of a weird situation that it's the only game going ahead on the final weekend of the championship. We don't even know when the championship might be concluded. So, from a sporting context, if you were to finish with a win and sit top of the table for however long, how would you feel about that prospect and that opportunity?
Well, it is what it is. It's not unique. In 2001, we ended up playing Ireland in September. They had 3 games that they weren't able to play, so more than what they're facing this time around. And they got those games played. We had a good one against Ireland in September in the sunshine, and I'm sure whether it's our game, that those other games have been called off, they will go ahead at some point next season.
This is a huge opportunity And back to the rugby for Scotland this weekend, is it not, given the fact that you go into this after a really strong performance against a France side who are playing some fantastic rugby?
Yeah, it's another game. It's quick turnaround as well, so you can't think too much about the game that's just been played. We're quickly onto our opposition, who will be looking to bounce back after their defeat at the weekend. They are the Six Nations champions. They came very close to making a World Cup final, and their players that were involved in that Six Nations championship and the World Cup semi-final are still in their team. They're a very experienced team, very proud nation that have had an excellent record against us. So this is a huge challenge, our biggest challenge that we face this year against a team that will be desperate to play well.
Are Scotland still underdogs?
I would have thought so. We are ranked below them in world rankings. We've not won there for a long time. But that's for you guys in the bookies to decide.
Joe McInally, so come back in, he got his try last week. What have you done made the way he sort of recovered from his disappointment at the World Cup?
Yeah, I think we were all disappointed with the World Cup, so I've been encouraged and pleased to see the reaction of everyone. And that's not just in this campaign, it's what they've done with their clubs. Stuart and Johnny Gray got the longest rests after the World Cup, and I think it's done Stuart a lot of good to come back and be fresh. He's going to be a player that'll play a lot of games now if they're on for his club. And he did recover from a rib injury just before the Six Nations. I thought the opportunities he's had, he's brought pace, experience, and having him and Fraser working as vice captains, I thought that's something that's been a real positive in this championship. Given that our fullback is a captain, to have someone that's closer to the action, speaking more regularly with the referees, is something that can help the game flow better for us.
It's beneficial, I think, to have Fraser and Stuart both performing at a decent enough, high enough level that you get that choice to sort of dovetail from game to game.
Yeah, it's really good, and they bring the best out of each other. They've got slight different strengths, and their experience, the fact that they can carry and defend, and a very good set piece hookers, means that we're going to be strong no matter which one plays. Fraser gets a well-earned rest. He became a dad yesterday, so he's spent the last couple of days looking after his wife, but he's desperate to play as well. The players really want to carry on the good work that we've been doing, but go to a place that none of them have won, and play our best game of the season, and that's what we'll need to beat Wales on Saturday.
How much is the defence been a focus on? So there's been a lot made that I've only conceded these 4 tries, but obviously you're known for playing sort of more front-foot attacking game in rugby. Have you changed your input? Has it just been something that's naturally happened with the new coaches?
Partly, we did have a big focus on more of a focus on defence after the Six Nations. We knew that our defence performance wasn't reflective of what we were capable of, and we had more of that focus during the summer and into the World Cup, and we had some really good defensive performances at times during that period. We had 2 games we had 0 points against us. This year, the players with Steve's input have taken it up another level, and we again have to be even better this weekend. We're playing a Welsh team that is much more varied in their attack than previous seasons. They will move the ball, and given their home crowd, you can expect them to play with lots of energy and test our defence. But so far, we've shown that whatever team's thrown against us, we've adapted well. And at the beginning of that game against France was really encouraging, the amount of dominant tackles we were making.
Who was doing to